Okay, this is video 003B, telling time for Spanish 1. Alright, let's start with a little bit of background so that we know what we're doing. So we got two types of things we're dealing with, telling time and telling at what time. So this one here, for example, it is 1 o'clock. And this one here being, it is at 1 o'clock. So the at being the big change between them in the English. But now in Spanish, what we've got here is es la una for telling it is 1 o'clock. Then we got son las for the other numbers. Any time of the day is going to start with son las except for 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock starts with that. 2 through 12 are the other. They use son las. Okay, so telling at what time something happens is going to be, let's see, 1 o'clock will be es a la una, and the others 2 through 12 o'clock will be very similar, es a las. That's your only change right there, the es a las, and then whatever number you want to use. Es a las dos, it's at 2 o'clock. Es a las cinco, it's at 5 o'clock. Es a las 10, it's at 10 o'clock. So that's a brief explanation of the notes that you're going to see. All right, close those. Here are the notes that my students use. All right, here's our worksheet. Let's start. Number 1, it is 2:30. This is a statement of time, so they all start with son las when they're 2 o'clock through 12 o'clock. So son las is a statement of time. For dos, it is 2 o'clock, and 30 for 30 is, it works for some teachers. I don't tend to count it off the first day or so, but really after that you really need to be saying media. So it's 2 and half. Either one is perfectly acceptable, frankly, in conversation, but half the people you talk to might use 30, and then the other half you talk to are going to use media. So you need to know both. I'm not getting you prepared to pass a test in your Spanish class. I'm preparing you to be able to speak to people in Spanish, and so you really need to know both because they are both used. All right. Number 2, it is at 11:50. This is not a statement of time. This is a statement of at what time. So it is es a las, it is at 11, 11. So that's what I've got so far. It is at 11. This is las instead of la because 11 is a plural number. So es a las 11 and 50, y 50. Number 4, it's another statement of at what time. It is at 4:30. Es a las 4 is cuatro and 30, y 30. Now what do you think we're going to do with 30? You could leave it there, and conversationally speaking, you're fine, but media is what you really need to be able to do also. You really need to know both of those. Number 3, it is 3:03. Son las 3. It is 3 o'clock. And 3, y 3. Number 5, it is 4:32. Son las 4. It is 4 o'clock. And 32, 32. Number 6, it is 6:30. Son las 6. It is 6 o'clock. And 30, which I'm going to replace 30 with half, media. What time is it at? This is just a memorization thing. So I could explain the grammar behind it, but frankly for Spanish 1 that's not really critical at this point. You simply need to know what time is it at is a qué hora es. You learned qué hora es is what time is it. all we're doing is adding the word at in front of it. So instead of what time is it, we're saying at what time is it. Number 8, it is 10:17. Son las 10, it is 10 and 17. 17. Number 9, it is 11 o'clock. Son las 11 and 23. Y 23. Make sure you get your spelling on your numbers right. Your teacher might be more forgiving. I am not. You got to give me that accent mark. It is 11:30. Son las 11. It is 11 o'clock and half. All right. And this concludes video B for telling time.